I'm trying to figure out why everybody in the UK, fighters, media, fans, fanboys, fanboy Johnny Nelson is trying to protect Anthony Joshua from fighting Deontay Wilder. They saying, oh, Deontay Wilder fight not big enough yet. He need to fight somebody. And Tony Bellew says, oh, I'd like to see him fight Tyson Fury. That's a big, massive clash and all this. I'll link the article in the description. But it's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. You know what it is. And, then Tony Bellew and Wilder had words. Why Bellew wasn't going to pursue that fight. At the end of the day, man, the UK is full of punks. A lot of those fighters over there are punks, and media members are punks. And they proven to be right. They proven to know their history, know what happens when they fighters step up against American competition. At least 95% of the times they lose. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. A lot of people are going to take it as disrespect, but I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. When the UK fighters, you best fighters, step up and fight the best fighters from America, we know what happened. And I think a lot of the people over there, like Tony Bellew, Johnny Nelson, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, they know what's gonna happen. They know what's gonna happen to Anthony Joshua. They know it's a foregone conclusion that they feel that Deontay Wilder will knock him out. He ran from Luis Ortiz before he got popped for a drug test and dodged the bullet. Him and Wilder both. By him failing the drug test for the most part. And why are they even talking about a guy that's 400 plus pounds, and he knew eventually he'd get cleared of this if he knew he was innocent, and he still didn't drop the weight. It's impossible for Tyson Fury, I believe, to get back to his fighting weight and get back to what he was. I think he's done. And I've said that on a few occasions. And if he wasn't ready by now, he won't be ready. And he, Joshua and his team said, we'll still fight him if he's 500 pounds. They paper chasing. And they able to paper chase because the UK fans are very loyal and they show support to their fighters, even in they loyal to a fault. You seen that night with Carlos Takam. Anthony Joshua struggled. Then he tries to blame him and say, oh, it was a late replacement. You still shouldn't struggle with a guy like that, you dig? But when Wilder kind of struggled with Jared Washington, it was blown out of proportion. Now Joshua is struggling with Takam. Oh, it ain't nothing. At the end of the day, they know this dude is a fraud, man. And I've been telling you this guy was a fraud. He's not a real fighter. He's not a real boxer. He's a bodybuilder. He's a whatever he was before he was fighting. He's just masquerading as a boxer. And everybody in the UK is trying to protect him for the most part. Who was Carlos Takam? Who was Brosworth Puev? Nobody in America caring about Brosworth Puev or Takam. Oh, Deontay Wilder ain't did nothing. What did Eric Molina do? He lost to Deontay Wilder. What did Charles Martin do? He didn't do nothing. What did Dylan White do when you fight him? He didn't do nothing. Still ain't did nothing. He going 12 rounds, 10 rounds with a guy that, that a previous opponent that Wilder stopped in Dunlap, with Johan Dunlap, stopped him in 6 rounds. So what is y'all talking about? He ain't doing nothing. What? What is they hiding for? They hide because they know Anthony Joshua's a fraud, and once he gets exposed, the money train stops. He's not taking on all challengers. And Tyson Fury, Joseph Parker, coach, just said it today or yesterday. He said that he ain't ready for Wilder. Everybody's starting to see it, and if you don't see that Anthony Joshua was a fraud now, that he's not improving, he's still tight, wound up, he's not a real boxer, he's a guy that can punch, and that's it. There's no special effects to him. He don't have no real speed. He don't have no real ability. He Frank Bruno 0.5. He's not even going to be as good as Frank Bruno, to keep it real. What they protecting him for? What, man? Let him go out here and take his L and take his licks on the chops. But he's be able to fight the sorry UK, European, domestic bums of our world today, because those UK fans are so dumbfounded. They're gonna continue to pay a good dollar to see outcome of a fight that they already know what it is and fill up stadiums and arenas. They're giving Eddie Hearn and Joshua the power to generate, what they generated now, and continue to be frauds. And everybody over the fraud. Tony Bellew, you already know what's gonna happen when you step up American competition. He got washed by Donnie Stevenson. Somehow got a trinket gift at cruiserweight. He ran up on Deontay Wilder. He didn't want that smoke. Joshua don't want that smoke. And I slightly favor Joshua over Wilder, but I don't know now. They just acting like so many punks out there, man. He's a sissy. He's soft. I tell it to his face. No problem telling it to Eddie Hearn. They know what it is. They know they don't want none with the bomb squad. We out.